Hey, what's going on, you all? Just got off work, man. I'm super tired. You can see it in my eyes. It's concert day, of course, Blackpink concert day, so I'm gonna get a little workout in before later's festivities. And yeah, so come on, post a little video for y'all. Just got done. I'm exhausted. Please excuse me too. I'm fresh off work and working out. I'm rough. My hair not done, so I know I look crazy. I'm gonna go home, shower, get some rest real quick. It's still kind of early, and then get ready a little later to go to the concert. So I'll check back in. Hey, what's up, y'all? So I'm leaving out for the concert. I'm about concert's supposed to start at 8. We all know show business doesn't start right at time. I'm leaving at 7:10, but I'm 15 minutes away from the concert. This is the biggest venue I've been to. This is the United Center where the professional basketball team, the Bulls, play at, and I believe it's sold out. So it's gonna be crazy. Definitely my first time being in a environment that big. All the other concerts, it's been a lot of people, but kind of more intimate, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be on a larger scale. I know energy is gonna be crazy. I got my girls on the shirt. It's a little loose. I ain't get to iron it because I'm in a rush. But I'm repping OT4. So yeah, let's leave out. Take my time, drive over there, and then do my parking and get right in. So let's head over. So concert was crazy. I'm I'm exhausted. Out of breath. I wasn't even doing no screaming or nothing, but just the energy that you were almost forced to have in that environment is crazy. Again, the venue was different than other venues. It was much bigger. much more electric, and it was just, man, the bass was kicking extra hard on the music, man. They proved, you know, not that they had anything to prove, but they definitely proved why they are who they are. And yeah, I can't wait to get in front of my setup, my typical setup, you know, and the next couple of days, and start, you know, really giving my thoughts and chopping up all this footage that I got. So yeah, hopefully, you know, everything came out great. I haven't really looked at the videos yet, so I'll go check them out as soon as I get situated, and yeah, I'll check back in with y'all. Hey you all, welcome to another episode of Infinite Lock. It's your boy Eric, and the Blackpink concert Born Pink tour in Chicago 2022. Absolutely amazing experience. You know, it's expected for me. Like I just expected by now, saying, you know, this is my fourth K-pop concert, I believe, fourth or fifth. And they've all been incredible in their own rights. Everyone that I've seen has been amazing. Every single idol. And Blackpink, they lived up to the mantle. They lived up to the biggest girl group in the world. I mean, the setting was insane. I know that this was the biggest concert that I've ever gone to in terms of stature and size. The other venues were really big. Shout out to those groups, but the amount of people that the venue held was just smaller. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's good, because you get to you can kind of you feel like you're standing right next to the artist, especially when you're not too like into the artist. You like them, but you don't necessarily love them. Sometimes that intimacy can help you become a bigger fan, which is what happened for me at the concerts I went to. But with Blackpink, I mean, we were in an arena. The Blackpink sticks were everywhere. I mean, it was just a sea of pink out there. When I first, you know, I was in the 100 level, so I was like right by the big huge monitor, and then literally right by the stage. Like, I honestly, like, I did not realize it was going to be that close. I think for the price, for how, you know, how popular Blackpink is and how big they are, I personally think like that was a very reasonable price personally. But you know, that was pre-sale ticket. Shout out to the subscriber that looked out for me, that helped me secure my pre-sale ticket, because he was a VIP member or whatever. But I know those resale prices were absolutely insane. And, you know, not to touch on it too much, but I just feel bad about stuff like that. I mean, it is what it is, supply and demand, but I always feel bad about stuff like that, because you have real fans that want to really see them and don't really get the opportunity to see these groups. You know what I mean? They really care, and you have people that really don't care about the show at all. They're just gonna buy the tickets just so they can resell them at an absurd price later on. And I was looking at some of the resale prices, and I was like, wow, like the people were really like, wow, you know, taking advantage of some people's love for Blackpink. But hey, that's how it goes. You know, but so yeah, I mean, it was very, very great location seating wise for me. I was very excited about that. The venue handled everything very beautifully. I got there about probably like 20 minutes prior to when the show was supposed to start. You know, shows like that typically never start right on time. And I got right in. It was ridiculous the amount of people that was there. Like I said, I'd never been in an environment that packed. Yeah, when they came out, it was deafening. It was deafening. You couldn't really hear yourself think. Like, people were going crazy, and there were, you know, they were fans of all shapes, all sizes, all races. You know, and it was great to see. It was a bunch of different types of vibes in there that were really, you know, Blackpink fans, and everybody seemed to get along, and there were no issues from what I could see, you know, so I really loved that. So they came right out, and they did How You Like That right away. no messing around for these girls. They went right into How You Like That. Then they went into Pretty Savage, which is one of my top 3 favorite Blackpink songs, I think still. Really love that. They went right into Pretty Savage, and then they went into Whistle.
Every time we show up, make it whistle like a missile. Every time we show up, 남자들
which was surprising because somebody told me that at the other leg of their stop, one of their legs or maybe a couple of them prior to Chicago, they didn't do Whistle. They did, but I believe they didn't do Boombayah. I don't think they did Boombayah for our show. So it might be the trade-off, you know, it just might be odd song out, you know what I mean? But they did Whistle, which a lot of people were happy about. And then they went into their intros and their greetings.
Welcome to Born Pink World Tour Day 1 here in Chicago. Hi, I'm Jenny. Nice to meet you guys. What's up, Chicago? So good to see you all. Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa.
These girls are so sweet, so personable, so mannerable. You know, and K-pop, you know, especially, you know, with the year that 2022 has been, there's a lot of rumors that go out about idols and attitude this, attitude that, diva this, diva that. I just feel like with Blackpink, you know, for them to be so big, literally on top of the game right now, you know, there's a certain air of humbleness that comes off of them. And I do think that, you know, to be that big and to survive at the top, you do have to have a certain level of cockiness or swagger, but I think that that's all in good health and good fun. I think that's like what you need to survive in any entertainment field, because you're literally making content and your success is based off of the opinions of other people. So you have to have a thick skin. You have to be able to have confidence in yourself. I feel like these girls have the confidence. I feel like it's kicked in for them. But I also feel like they tread that line. You know, they keep it at confidence and they keep it classy. And they just look so gracious to be here. You know, they just look like, you can tell that they put in so much work behind the scenes and throughout the years before they debuted and to get here. And I just feel like all of that kind of amounts to like the humble type of vibe that we get from these four superstars, you know what I mean? They went into Don't Know What to Do. I think that kind of changed the vibe of the concert. Lovesick Girls. Those are more like pump up the party type of songs, even though Pretty Savage, how you like, those are like lit songs. For a concert setting, that type of vibe, you know, you see that sea of pink, that kind of dream-like vibe. I feel like Don't Know What to Do and Lovesick Girls are like those types of like big concert songs that really bring everything together. So the energy really shot up. I love how they did the track list placing, because they knew that people were going to be hyped on the first leg of the songs, then it was going to come down a little bit for the intros, and then they brought it back up for those two songs back to back. And then they had like a little intermission video because I think they went to go change. So then they came back out, they went into Crazy Over You. that beat is always that's one of my favorite instrumentals that Blackpink has had. One of my favorite like anti-drops that it has. Again, their songs, their discography is not long by any means, but they kind of have, when you hear, I've said this about YG artists all the time, they're supreme when it comes to concerts, especially big, huge venues, because their songs are like, I don't want to say rave music, but it's like rave music with swag. Like it's like, it's like that, it has that EDM-ish feel to it, but it's not necessarily that, but it has the same effect on a big, huge, large population. So they went Crazy Over You and then Playing with Fire. Again, I really love how they structured the song orders here. I think, they went into a brief talk and then a band intro, which I really appreciate the girls for that. They took a moment, they thanked their staff, and then they thanked their band, who was going absolutely bananas.
There are a few special people we would like to introduce you guys to, and that is our band. These guys have been with us during our last tour, and they also been with us throughout our tour for Born Pink. Today we have Young on the keyboard. Say hi, Young! We have Chuck on the guitar. We have Omar on bass. Benny on drums. And we have Brandon on crotals.
That was the same band that was there with them the tour prior. You can tell that they have such a deep and close relationship, but you could just tell how they were smiling at each other and waving at each other, and how they were introducing each other by name. It was just, somebody could sit and watch this video and be like, well, duh, they should know their names, but like, you know what I mean, like some of these artists don't really have genuine relationships with their bands and the people around them. They just kind of show up, do the work, and go home, which is cool, but I feel like that they really you know, have that relationship with the people around them. You know what I'm saying? At least that's what it really seemed like. So that was cute. I like that. And then they went into Pink Venom. Again, I said it when Pink Venom dropped. Pink Venom was definitely going to hit different when it was performed live. Even I wasn't the biggest fan of Pink Venom, the chorus anyway. I love the song as a whole. You can go watch my reaction to it if you think I'm lying. I loved the song as a whole, but the chorus itself just felt kind of not what I was expecting. I don't want to say it sounded empty because I think it was still solid and it grew, but it just wasn't what I was expecting as the song was going on. So it was a surprise. But it hit different live. You know what I'm saying? It hit different live. That's Jennie's song. Jennie really owns that song. She definitely has fun at different parts of that song. If you've seen the videos of them performing Pink Venom, you know what I'm talking about. She really gets in her entertainer bag in that song itself. Then they allowed the dancers to have a solo performance where they, you know, the male dancers and the female dancers went back and forth dancing as a group. Then dancers were having their moment, and then they went back to the band, and the band kind of had their moment. So I really loved that part, and it was genius because it allowed them time to change outfits while still keeping the crowd entertained and not just playing videos on the screen, which is what a lot of people do. And they did that at times too, but I think it was just a way to switch it up and keep it interesting. Again, we're moving, like it makes you feel like the concert is nonstop, even though the girls are getting a breather, they're changing, they're kind of cooling down before they have to come back out. And then so after all of that, they went into their solos, which again, that's more of a breather for the girls. I think that's genius because you get to, especially with a group that small, they're always constantly moving. That's the one thing I will say about Blackpink. A lot of people say, well, their choreo doesn't seem too hard and da. At the end of the day, there are 4 members dominating a whole stage, and they all are constantly moving. Their choreography is designed for them to keep moving. A lot of like train movements, follow the leader movements. There's a lot of like ripple effect stuff, so they're always moving. So that takes up stamina, you know what I'm saying? So they did solos. They did JISOO first. She performed a Camila Cabello song. I'm sorry, I think I mispronounced the name. again, Jisoo, she's been the surprise, I feel like, for everybody as of late, because she's really, her stage presence and her performance level has really risen. I told you all a little while ago that she had kind of started to form a little bias spot for me, even though I'm still OT4. And I think a lot of it is just she's so unlike what I expected her to be when I first got into Blackpink. She was kind of the most mysterious member to me. And then I got into Blackpink House, and then I got into her personality, and I just loved everything about it. And she just, again, she just has she has that womanly charm. And all the Blackpink members are grown. I love they have the grown woman confidence. This era, you can tell that they're really, especially when they're in the States, they really have that, we're on top, we're grown women, we're here to kill the stage and slay, and that they have that energy. But Jisoo has always, to me, had that like womanly vibe of the group. They all bring something different to me. Jisoo brought the maturity of the group, from her voice just to her demeanor, and just how, even though she's silly, just when she really turns it on, she just has that kind of vibe to her that I love. And so she performed, and I love how her stage went. I love the choice of song. I wish she had her own solo to perform, but at the end of the day, I understand that. I think maybe her love lies more with acting. I'm not sure. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but she's a bona fide performer at the end of the day. Whether she ends up in acting or ends up wanting to make solo stuff, she's a bona fide performer at the end of the day, and she did her thing. So then we had Jennie after, and I believe Jennie performed her new solo.
I love you and me, dancing in the moonlight. Nobody can see. It's just you and me tonight.
grown woman energy that they're all exuding. I think with Jennie, especially with her, she had gone through a lot of like unwarranted hate from different people. Just for, you know, it's how it is. When you're on top, you're gonna have haters and stuff like that. I feel like Jennie is one of those idols that went through a lot of that, and I feel like she's coming into her own, and kind of like she realizes how many people out there love her artistry, love her music, and she was doing her thing. She just had a look in her eye that was very like, you know, it was very, I know that I'm gonna kill this, and watch me kill it. You know what I mean? She really did her thing on that stage. And so I loved everything about that. Again, I love the difference of their stages. I loved how different all of their stages were. I think that that's one of the big reasons why Blackpink is always a sure thing, because they legit have 4 completely different individuals that perfectly make up one elite substance. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Jennie did that. And I know there was moments she was dancing. It was a male backup dancer, and it was just very like, it was very grown. It was very, you know, prior to what we have seen from them before, it was, you know, she was really in her bag. I think that she gets a lot of, again, unjust hate for dancing and this, that, and the other, but I think that she really did a good job. She really proved, you know, not that she had anything to prove, but she really did her thing in her little solo. And so I was really, again, she just looked like she was having so much fun. You know, you get the gummy smile out of her. She was having so much fun, so I love to see that. And then we had ROSÉ. ROSÉ's so adorable, man. Like, she always had that rocker-ish guitar aesthetic to me. Bad Girl Next Door, or like just that Girl Next Door vibe, you know what I'm saying? She did Hard to Love first. Again, that song, the structure of that song is perfect for her. listen to Gone all the time. That's probably my favorite, one of my favorite Blackpink discography songs. One of my favorite, like, I would say like slow, like heartbreak songs in K-pop. So I really do love that song. I wish she would have sang Gone, but she didn't, sadly. But she did Hard to Love. So I love how they did that. I loved, again, her styling. I love the styling of all the members, very specific to them. Like I said, the womanly vibe. Jisoo had like a red dress on. It was very that, you know, that, I don't know, that spicy, grown type of vibe. Then you had like Rosé had that leather. She had a leather jacket on, I believe, and like some boots, I think, if I remember correctly during that stretch. But it was just very Rosé. She did that. Then she did On the Ground. Again, On the Ground, another song that grew on me. I wasn't the biggest fan of On the Ground when I first heard it, but as I heard it more and more, which it happens a lot in K-pop, songs grow. And so that grew. Again, seeing stuff live really hits differently for me personally. It makes things hit harder for me. So I loved Rosé's segment. She's just so bubbly, and she's kind of, I don't know, Rosé just seems so real. You know what I mean? Like, all of them seem so real, but Rosé really always, since day one, again, you could go look at my past videos if you think I'm just talking. Like, I'll tell you word for word, like, Rosé really has always given me that girl next door vibe, but the superstar girl next door vibe, you know what I mean? She's a superstar performer and entertainer, and she's very much musically inclined. Her dancing doesn't get enough credit. You'll really see that in the dance practices. She's one of those members that really shines in different, you know, you really have to pay attention to see. But she's just very solid. Rosé is very solid. Her voice is always going to evoke that emotion in you. Like I said, I've said this before, she's one of the, like, to me, like, the queens of that heartbreak music in K-pop. Like, she really make that kind of draw that emotion out of whoever's listening. So again, I loved what she did with her stuff. And then Lisa was last, and Lisa did what did Lisa do? I think Lisa did both of her solos. So I believe she did LALISA.
money. LALISA, she's a bona fide superstar. She looks so confident. She has a very uncanny ability to bounce between lethal and cute. Like she has that, like she can go from like the cockiest looking, I'm the queen, I know that I'm this, that, and the other, and then bounce right back to humble, I know, I thank you so much, so gracious. Like and it's all genuine. You know what I mean? It's all genuinely her. And I just think that that's like a true mark of a performer. Again, each member brings something very specific. Each member has multiple talents, but they have like one or two things that they really, really excel in. Obviously, Lisa's a very elite dancer. She makes some of this stuff look easy with how she dances, but just on that stage, she's very much like powerful. She's very powerful without trying. She gives one look to the camera or one side eye or one side glance and it's on. You know what I'm saying? I like Money more than LALISA, but again, hearing things live, and I think that a lot of their production was designed for live performance. I've said that before about YG groups. Again, a lot of their stuff sounds very, 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 very good live. In concert, in that setting. You know, music changes when you hear it in different settings. So I loved her part. Again, I think we got a new outfit for Money, because I think her previous stop she didn't wear. I think this is the first time she wore a new outfit on a US leg, so that was fire. But yeah, each one of them did amazing with their solos, and I like how they kind of used that time to kind of carve out breathers for the members that weren't performing. I think that was genius to do. So after the solos, they went into Shutdown. Shutdown is probably my favorite. So my favorite three Blackpink songs, I would say, I don't know, that's tough. I would say Shutdown is definitely top 3. I would say Pretty Savage might be top 3. But I also like Love to Hate Me as well. And I like songs like Forever Young and stuff like that because of the nostalgia that they have, you know, Playing with Fire and stuff like that. But Shutdown, they went into that, they really got into that like gritty, you could see the looks on their faces. They really got into that gritty bag, especially ROSÉ and JISOO. I love when they get, because you know, Jennie and Lisa always are like the black of the Blackpink, and then ROSÉ and JISOO are like the pink of the Blackpink. But in songs like that, they're all the black of the Blackpink. Like they come with that like dark, like aggressive like type of thing, and I love them all when they're all in that vibe. So they did Shutdown, and then they did Type of Girl. Again, mics were on. I will say I don't think they were on the entire time, but I think that they were on enough. I think that they were on enough for people to be satisfied with it, and especially the rap parts. That each one of them had their moment where I'm like, this is live. They're singing this live. Like each one of them had that moment for me, and like obviously they had more moments than that, but I'm saying they had that, each one of them had that one moment where I'm like, they really sound just like the CD. You know what I mean? Like these girls, I mean, at the end of the day, they're going on tour. They're going on a full tour, you know what I'm saying? And that's taxing. I just had a discussion the other day about lip syncing in K-pop because it's become a big topic, but you know, their schedules are insane. I understand people are saying like, if you pay for a concert, you want to hear live, definitely. But for them to perform, it's unrealistic to think every act is gonna perform 2-3 hours straight live vocals. Like, it's just not 12 shows in 20 days or whatever, you know what I mean? Again, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that to argue with anybody or anything like that, but I do know that I felt the moments where they came with the live vocals, and they were on point. They were on point, especially with the raps. They were on point. And yeah, so they did the Type of Girl. They did Do Do Do. And then they did Forever Young. again, the type of song like Lovesick Girls and Don't Know What to Do, it really brought everybody up. So Forever Young was like the last song before, you know, they thanked everybody, went in the back before the encore. I think Yeah 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 was the song that they came out with off the new album. I was hoping they did Boombayah, but it was kind of Boombayah such a lit song that I didn't think that they would do it that late in the concert. But yeah, they went with Yeah Yeah Yeah, and then we took pictures. They didn't waste a lot of time. Like there wasn't like really a lot of intermission or anything like that. They got into songs left and right. Like even talking wise, they talked very briefly and then we got right back into the music. Like they know what the fans wanted. They addressed the fans, they gave the fans just enough, and then they jump right into the music. And I love that. Final thoughts, I would say just in general, I think they lived up to it. I know that I can only speak for the Chicago show, but I feel like it sounds like, I know I heard a lot before the Chicago show. Like even before I had paid the ticket, a lot of people I was hearing people saying they were disappointed about the initial show. I think in Seoul, what was the initial show, was in South Korea before they came to the States or something. I know a lot of people were saying that they were disappointed with the show. I personally feel like it might have, I haven't seen any clips from that show, so I don't know, but I know that personally they were in their bag. They were on point. There weren't mistakes. They weren't, they weren't out of step. They weren't out of tune. They weren't, everything was on point. Honestly speaking, they were on point. Everything was, the track list was beautifully put together. They went from song to song in a timely manner. I think that they might have had nerves or something, or they might have just gotten comfortable when they came to the States. I don't know. But everyone that I know that has gone to the show, everyone that has talked to me about the show that went in the States said that it was fire. I don't know if that's just the excitement of seeing Blackpink, but you know how quick people are to say something negative. So I feel like that's really their honest opinion. I've heard nothing but good things from all people that went to the US stops. When you're that big and you're gone for that long, I think them being on hiatus that long made it hard for people to, like, anything they put out would have been a disappointment, just because that's how it works. Like when people don't see you for so long, they're expecting 100,000 out of 100. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's not realistic. I felt like I was at a concert of the biggest girl groups in the world. Like that's what you want people to feel. and that's what I felt. Each one of them has their own charm. I think that that's what I've said that 1,000,000,000 times. I think that that's what really makes Blackpink so special. When you can put a perfect puzzle together of 4 completely different pieces. Honestly, I the bias thing is so tough. I know what y'all thinking. I know people want to hear this. The bias thing is so tough for me still. I think JISOO is just slightly a bias, like literally slightly, but I mean there was moments in the concert where I was like, maybe I should just, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I'm JISOO biased, but I'm a OT for it. Like there's no, I understand people having like a fave and stuff like that, but I don't understand how people can like literally just be a fan of one member and then not the rest of the members. I mean, no disrespect to anybody. You have your own way of thinking, your own opinion. You don't have to like the group by any means. You can like your favorite, but I'm saying like I don't know if I could do that, just because Blackpink wouldn't be Blackpink without any of them, and the others wouldn't. The others are stars, but as a group, the others feed off each other so much that it's just like that energy would be disruptive if one of them wasn't there. So I just, I just think that, they're a very special group. I think that I'm interested to see what else they're going to do after the tour, and what we're going to see from them. I know at the time I'm recording this, Camila Cabello came on stage with JISOO and performed with her. I think that was fire to do, especially since JISOO's like the only one not doing her own solo. I kind of thought that they would have JISOO do different songs on different legs of the tour, but that is a lot to learn, so I can understand that. But all of them ate, all of them did their thing. I can see the comfortability that each one of them have, I feel like. And like I said, I don't know if they were just nerves at the beginning of the tour or whatever, but all 4 of them look really, really comfortable out there now. And I loved every moment of it. I loved everything I saw. They live up to the hype. And it was just an amazing atmosphere to be in. I've never been in an atmosphere quite that large and quite that excited. Yeah, I really am appreciative of my time spent at the concert. They definitely did not disappoint in the slightest. And yeah, Blackpink OT4, baby, come on now. So before y'all go, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on. Got a lot of stuff coming your way. And yeah, till next time.